Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC from Blue Lions TV. Welcome to the match review of our 3-2 win over Arsenal. You guys, as you can probably tell, I've been shouting that crazy inside the stadium. My voice is getting kind of sparse. It's been a very good day, it's been very entertaining. Uncle Sarri promised us all he's going to bring fun back to Stamford Bridge, which he definitely did today. My God, this is one of the most fascinating games I've seen for a very, very long time. I mean, the contrast from how we're playing now under Conte last season is literally night and day. So I'm going to have to do a video comparing the two. And it comes down to how we press with the ball, our possession play, dominating possession. You guys, it's cast your minds back a few months ago. Last season was only a few months ago. Look how we played against Arsenal. Remember those Carabao Cup semi-final games where we couldn't keep possession. Arsenal were dominating us out wide, even easier than moments they had during this game as well. And it was a very contrasting game. Now, when you see what we're doing now, it's just literally light and day with everything that's happening. I've got to start with the lineup first. Now, for me, the minute I saw Arsenal's lineup, I knew straight away what type of game to expect from them. Now, some people might have been thinking, during pre-season, we were the ones that played on the counter, they had possession. Well, that doesn't mean anything, you guys. Of course, we're getting used to playing a new style. There's probably tactical reasons as to why Sarri set the team up like that during pre-season, because he wants them to get better off the ball. And again, it's going to be a process, especially throughout this game. There are moments where, especially out wide, we are looking very weak, but I'm going to touch on that soon. So just hold on, don't go anywhere. But I just mean everything with Sarri as well. It's just the process is getting there, but we're getting to our targets every week, every game. I don't even think we're going to need 7 games now. I think maybe 3-4 more games, and I think we're good for the season. But as I was saying about Arsenal and their lineup, very negative, very counter-attacking. You can tell that Emery got kind of scared, obviously, how they lost to Man City, how they don't really in the game as much. We play a very similar style to how Man City do play as well. So it was understandable why he went for pace on the counter to try and get us. And that was the first mistake he made, because I do think, you do have to try and press us and combat us. But when you've got Ramsey on the bench, and you've got Torreira on the bench, you're basically saying, I don't care about pressing, I only care about playing on the counter-attack and playing on the counter-attack and just trying to, play the safest way to get a result from this game, which went against it. Now, you guys remember my match preview yesterday. I titled it specifically, it's going to be a battle of the flanks. Why? Because this is where we were going to win the midfield and this is where we were going to win the game. And Arsenal had their moments, I'll touch on that soon. But overall, we were by clear the best team in this game today by far. Should have scored more goals. We shouldn't have conceded the goals we did concede as well. And it was just great to see. Now, of course, a lot of us were surprised when Eden Hazard didn't start the game, but that tells you that he's not fully fit just yet. So imagine when he is fully fit and fully ready playing under Sarri, it's going to be completely different. It's going to be a different game. With Hazard, he's only going to get better when he plays more in the system. Kovacic as well. He had an amazing cameo. It was literally just light and day between his performance with Barkley's. And for tomorrow's 5 talking points on this game, there's a lot I need to talk about in regards to what Barkley was doing with the ball, and what Kovacic was doing with the ball as well. And again, you guys, how we started the first half. Everything we've been doing, you can see, is getting better and it's getting better. We're playing out much faster out from the back. The pressing was intense. Arsenal couldn't play out. We were closing them down out wide with how we pressed to you. Keep our shape very congested in the middle. And the whole team moves as a unit. If we're going to press out wide, the whole team moves out wide. If we're going to press further up, the whole team's going to press further up as well. And Arsenal couldn't cope. They couldn't really handle it. Kept losing possession so many times, especially within their own half, turning over it constantly. And we were really profiting from that as well. And of course, it was no surprise that the first goal came pretty early, as we all expected. Pedro, that guy again, you guys, I've been making this point. We're starting to see the Barca Pedro, the Pedro we haven't seen for the past few years. He came back, of course, an amazing finish, an amazing run on top of that as well. And you just knew that, how many goals are we going to score throughout this game? And not even too long after that, we get the second goal that comes. Morata finally scoring a goal. Before that, I don't think he scored a goal under Sarri throughout pre-season or any games whatsoever. So it was great for him to, get that confidence back. Sarri was talking about Morata and how he lacks confidence and how he needs it. He's only going to get his confidence back through the scoring of goals. And it was a great finish. And, with Morata, if I'm him, I'm going to feel much more optimistic and positive for this season, because there's going to be a lot more opportunities coming like that. It's not going to be like last year where the only chances he got were from crosses inside the box or crosses from Aspilicueta. Now he can actually use his movement to get in behind, as he saw his electric pace to get in behind for that second goal. He does have that pace, He is kind of Fernando Torres-esque in that sense, and even though his performance wasn't the best thing ever, it was definitely a work in progress. There were definitely some positives there, but again with Morata, certain things like, my guy's got no body strength, no upper body strength whatsoever, constantly getting brushed over, kicks off the ball, etc, etc. But obviously when it does come to Morata, I don't think fans will be getting on his case too much just yet. I think it's going to get better the more he plays in the system, the more chances come his way. Remember how he started during the first half of last season? I still think that player is inside somewhere. I think Sarri will be that guy to bring that Morata out and obviously take him to another level. So that's a very big positive to see. But of course, you guys, it's 2-0 up. We're thinking, is this going to be 3-4-5? This is way too easy. Arsenal can't do anything with their passes, constantly losing possession. They can't play out from the back. You're thinking that Emery's a negative approach, it's a negative team, obviously using Ozil in the number 10 position who did nothing. It isn't going to do anything because the guy doesn't press. You're thinking, this is it, it's over. But you guys, this is why I keep stressing, it is a work in progress. We saw a lot of positives today, but there's still that negative in terms of the fact that we haven't really clocked how to play off the ball just yet. Now, it's a combination of things. Two, let's be serious, our fullbacks don't necessarily have that type of pace. Marcos Alonso, even though I thought his performance was good overall, he had his moments where, again, he couldn't keep up with Bellerin. And as I said in that match preview, you guys, that's what Arsenal wanted to do. Arsenal were trying to create 1v1s for Bellerin to get past Alonso. This is why Aubameyang kept playing between the lines where Alonso and David Luiz was as well, because that was their outlet. That was how they wanted to break us down on the counter-attack. And they were able to create a lot of cutback opportunities against us, quite a lot. And let's be serious, Arsenal, on a different day, they're more clinical. If Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan didn't miss their chances they missed earlier, the complexion of the game could have ended up a bit different, might not have been the same thing. But again, the difference between how we are under Conte and under Sarri is light and day. You know, we continued our game, we didn't pussy out, we kept playing our football because we knew the team had that confidence knowing that we can win this game. The way we're playing is correct. We're creating a lot of opportunities against Arsenal. We're only going to create more. We're going to keep the faith. We're going to continue the way we're playing. But again, you guys, I personally feel too, of course I'm going to watch those goals we conceded again. But I do kind of think it's a team effort on top of that. You've got to realise when we defend off the ball, we do use a 5-4-1 system off the ball. That means that our wingers do have to track back and help the fullbacks. And when we conceded, you could just see that lack of, when we conceded, you could just see that confusion. Certain players didn't know where they needed to be. I think for the first goal Arsenal scored, with Jorginho, they looked very confused, Alonso and Jorginho. So I don't think it's a case of necessarily the fullbacks not being good enough. I just think the team needs to understand how to play off the ball a bit more. But I do have to comment about Ross Barkley now. A lot of people on this channel think I hate him for no reason. You guys, you've been watching my channel for a while. I don't do that childish shit. I don't really care, but I don't hate on players. I'm only going to be critical if I see players doing the wrong thing. I think with Ross Barkley today, I think that again, it's another performance where he's not really done much in that position. I mean, this guy has an advantage over guys like Ruben and Kovacic because he's been playing under Sarri for longer. He's been playing in the team more. And he's fully fit now. He should really be taking his opportunity to show, you know what, Sarri, I am your number one guy you should be relying on. You're just not seeing it. For example, when we conceded that goal, a lot of people will be thinking, it's Willian's fault. But again, you've got to look at football deeper. If you look at the replays afterwards, you can see Ross Barkley's reaction. His head was down, he was looking in the sky, he knew he messed up. Why did he mess up? Because when he had time behind him to control the ball and turn, again, he doesn't have that spatial awareness there just yet. And that's one thing that he's never had ever since he's been at Everton. Of course, this is why he constantly plays slow. He's constantly slow on the turn, and he's just slower with his passes. For this system to work, players need to know what to do with the ball before they receive it. And with Ross Barkley, he waits to get the ball first, and then he's thinking, okay, what can I do with it now? And it's not good enough. Again, throughout pre-season, I've seen him constantly lose the ball in our own half, and chances have been created against us because of that. I think he put Willian in a bad situation. The goal came from that, and again, Kovacic is here. It's going to be completely different. Can Ross Barkley force himself back in the team? I'm not too sure. I think Kovacic is our main number 8 right now. And this is just talking briefly about the second half, just so I can wrap up this match review. You guys, let's be serious throughout this entire game. I just kept looking over my shoulder. I kept trying to see when is Sarri going to give the signal for Hazard and Kovacic to come and do bits and do their thing. You guys, 60th minute, as we knew was going to happen, the duo had come on. And you guys, the link up between Hazard and Kovacic, It's literally the same as when Hazard used to play with Mata. Finally, Hazard has that link-up player to help relieve pressure from him, and so he can focus on making runs in behind. And how many times was Hazard able to get in behind Arsenal, find pockets of space, get in the half space as well? That comes down to Mateo. Now with Mateo, I think his debut was one of the best debuts I've seen from a new Chelsea signing for a while. Now, it's going to definitely be underlooked and understated, but in terms of what this guy was doing with the ball, the first touch was just perfect every time. The passing was immediately crisp. When he first came on, it was that passing exchange he was doing with a few players. Crisp, quick passes, his dribbling style. You know, the great players who are good with the ball, they use their feet when they dribble. They don't use their body or they don't use their pace to beat their man. Kovacic was able to do that. When you have a player that can beat an opposition press, it really transforms how you break teams down as a team. And just seeing that link up between Hazard and Kovacic, you guys, these two aren't even fully fit just yet. It's only gonna get better too. It's so exciting to see two amazing, great players playing together, playing field attacking football. It was just fantastic to see. You guys, you know, you just see when these guys were coming on, they were gonna win us the game. And it was clear to see, of course, you know, when they came on, we were keeping the ball much better in Arsenal's half. We were really forcing them back. They didn't have any counter-attacking threat after that as well. Of course, they were relying on the outlet of Bellerin and Aubameyang, which basically vanished because of very good use of the ball in the final third. And this is why the number 8 is key, because he has a lot of attacking responsibilities. If he's losing the ball constantly, or picking the wrong passing options, or slowing the play down, it's only going to mess up what you do as a team. And let's be serious, and how often will you see Barkley linking up as much as Pedro or Willian? Not really, but when Kovacic came on, it was literally just an upgrade to everything Barkley had been doing. And it was no surprise that the winner was going to be coming soon. You could just tell it was going to come. And of course, it was Marcos Alonso. And as I was saying, of course, he had those moments in the game, but I think his overall performance, especially, you know, it's one of the best attacking performances I've seen from Alonso in a Chelsea shirt for a very long time. I thought under Conte, even though he had a lot of attacking responsibility, yeah, he got a few goals, but in terms of his overall play in the final third, it's never really been that great. But I think in this game today, it's obviously, he understands what Sarri expects from him. They've been working on it in training. You can see the fluidity. And I think Alonso, in a way, it was good that he got the winner for us. We made it 3-2. And you guys, if this was Conte now, it's 3-2 up with 10 minutes left to go. We'd be sitting, parking the bus. We'd be sitting deep, parking the bus, just waiting for the opposition to get an equaliser or do something, just giving them that encouragement and confidence to try and attack us when they weren't doing that beforehand. But with Sarri, we still continued pressing, we still continued keeping the ball. And at the end, there's an opportunity to make it 4-2. I got to say, Eden Hazard, even though you're the best player in the league, I'm sorry, bro, those chances when you're creating it for yourself, the Ronaldos, the Messis, this is what managers and pundits are talking about. Opportunities like that, you take it for yourself and you score. You created the opening, you had the ball on your right foot. That was the bottom right corner. It was there for you. Instead, you just overplayed it to Giroud. Again, if you played it quicker to Giroud, he could have had a better strike on goal. They're the type of things you need to be scoring from. But again, hopefully working more under Sarri. I'm sure Sarri will be talking to Eden Hazard after that moment, saying, no, next time you get in that position, you're finishing that. I don't want you to pass it to someone else. And I'm sure he'll get there. You know, we know that Sarri wants to make Hazard a world-class player. It's gonna, I mean, of course he's a world-class player, but he wants him to be seen as the best player in the world. And I think that's great. We've got a manager of such amazing, just amazing ability and that passion and everything, that motivation too for the team. And you guys easily deserve winners, 3-2 in the end. It's only gonna get better. The football's gonna get better. The players are gonna be, honestly, you guys, it's going to be a very, very fun season. But you guys, I'm going to go now. Thank you for watching. I'm the FC from Blue Line TV. I'll see you guys later.